drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's drop it like it's drop it like it's drop it like it's drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Pimps in the crib, mom.
So this is the actual game that got us into the Diamond League. We won this game and afterwards we were promoted.
This was our last game as Platinum Plebs, as I like to call it, and we can see we're up against NGS, Don Johnson and Nim, a double Terran team, and as we've always
The
said,
worst combo.
absolute scum Terran. So, started off the game in the top right of the top left corner, we have Soviark, and over here, Darth Mikey. In the bottom left of the bottom right, we have Nim, and the bottom right of the bottom right, we have Don Johnson.
Don Johnson.
Starting off with a cheeky little SCV coming across the map.
Not only is it double Terran, but one of them is going to do a proxy. A double Rax proxy.
The most classic Terran. Let's just, hey, it's double Protoss. Why don't we just rush them with a whole bunch of Marines that cost 50 minerals each, right?
Which we can get with our mules, which give you as many minerals as 4 SCVs do.
Absolutely OP. And we still, sorry, spoiler alert, because this game got us into Diamond, we won this game.
Yeah, we've learned to deal with the disgusting Terran tactics. You know, if you just take the high road, ride Protoss all the way, you'll beat them.
Correct. So here I'm just going to go do a quick scout. I have a gateway coming up, also these gateway coming up.
And because it's a double Terran, I decided I wasn't going to mess around with Void Rays, because Marines just chow Void Rays. So I was just going to go straight to carriers immediately.
And because he decided to go straight to carriers, and I wasn't going to do a cannon rush, I baited them into thinking we're doing a cannon rush. What I decided to do was just go ground so that I could stop any early proxies, such as this one, while Bill gets up his first carriers. Because as soon as he gets just 2 or 3 carriers up early on with some shield batteries, no push can take that out. So carriers are actually really good for early game, so long as your partner's going ground.
Yeah, absolutely. If you go straight to carriers, your partner has to get some ground so he can have some units out in the early game, just to push that support.
You know what this mule looks like? Well, you remember that guy Wally?
Wally.
That is Wally.
Well, yeah, you're right, actually.
That is Wally.
Why are they called mules? Should be called Wallies.
Yeah, and they're even yellow, same color. That look kind of orksies, eh? What's going on there? Hey, we don't judge. I guess it gets lonely with no women out by the barracks, by the command centers.
I mean, what would even resemble Wally's partner in this game? Probably the medics, but you know, like from Wings of Liberty campaign, like the little chick running around.
Yes.
So
the love story of the mule and the medic.
Yeah, but you can't even get a medic in this game, right?
So this still baffles me as to what went on here. So we have some Reaper play coming in here, but Don Johnson, I have my Nexus waiting here, and he just decides to run his Marines back home. I guess maybe they were worried that because there was no units by the front line, maybe they worried we were pushing them. Maybe they were worried of oracles. So Don Johnson just pulls his Marines back home. Maybe they were just, they must have been scared of maybe a proxy robo or something of the sort.
Maybe some oracles coming in, I guess.
Correct. Truth is, we were just going full economic focus at the beginning of the game. And they obviously misread that, which played out quite nice on our part. But I do feel that if you had to push us with all these Marines, would have been a much more difficult start to the game, should we say.
Even his Reaper harass actually pulled off quite well for him. Like, he got a lot of our probes.
Correct.
But that's still not going to beat the Master Race. I mean,
We are the Master Race. And one Adept is just so good against biological units. Get that Adept out, take out those Reapers, take out those early Marines. They are just fantastic.
yeah, for sure.
Interesting bit of play by them here, because now they decide to just pull up their racks and fly back home. I'm not sure what the reasoning was. I think at this point they were still worried about a proxy.
Well, I guess Don Johnson didn't even have a first expansion yet, so I guess he was in a bit of a shitty position at this point. So
yeah, so he just made a bunch of Marines and then just decided not to push us with them. And
look at that, he's supply blocked.
what a noob. And now he's only building his second command center. We're already mining. So even though they took out some probes of ours, because our next side were up quicker, we're in a good position. With these shield batteries up.
Yeah, look at that. There's 3 pylons, 2 shield batteries, and a carrier. I mean, like, how many Marines is it going to take that out? And it's right next to Nexus, so you just overcharge it.
Correct.
I mean, it'll take a 200 supply cap of Marines to take that out.
And what you could always do, just a little hack, if you take your carrier and you position it over here, then these shield batteries will actually provide shield to your interceptors and keep them alive even longer. But that's just a little hack, and only do that if they're not targeting your carrier. If they're targeting your carrier, then let the shield batteries power the
What,
carrier.
is that really a real thing?
Correct. Correct.
Sure, I didn't even know that. See, I'm a noob.
Eternal Noobs United, it's in the name. Also, once again, thanks to all the people that are joining our clan. We are reaching capacity, so unfortunately what we are going to have to start doing is kicking all the players that don't contribute. We're just kidding. Eternal Noobs United, we don't kick anyone. What we'll end up doing is making an ENU 2 and you can join that clan.
Absolutely. If you guys want to join, just drop your username in the comments. We'll send you an invite. You're welcome to come.
Correct.
If you're online, come have a game with us. We play some 3v3, 4v4 every now and then.
Shout out to Gart Gasper, aka Callum Harris, for playing some amazing 3v3s with us.
AKA Scuzzlebutt.
AKA Scuzzlebutt.
It's got a lot of names.
So here we can see we got a little cheeky push by them over here, but look at those shield batteries. They can't even get through one stalker. That's absolutely just embarrassing.
Not even one stalker. Look at that. Look at that little micro pulling the carrier back so shields can be...
Carrier micro, when last?
Micro.
And this had 10 HP when it got micro back. There's some very good micro, I must say. Full shields though, full shields.
Very good micro, but also very good overcharge on that shield battery.
Correct. Overcharge is just one of the best updates, besides the last Void Ray update. Thank you for that.
Yeah. But at this point, it's over. I mean, that was their entire army. They all geared up to make biological units.
Correct.
And I didn't even lose one carrier, and I'm set up to just pump out carriers from now on, so...
At this point, I don't even do Stalker Micro, because I know it's absolutely just overs for them.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, and here comes some interceptors to back me up.
Get wrecked, scrubs.
So now we have 3 warp gates, a robo facility, and I'm researching charge.
Charged lots.
Soviark's got some more carriers coming out.
If there's one unit that I think could challenge carriers as the best unit in the game, it's charged lots.
Charge lots are good boys.
Charged lots.
Charge lots are very good boys. Even though I wish they could jump and hit things in the air, unfortunately that does suck. But as long as one of your teammates are going carriers or void rays, then you can do charge lots.
That would be really cool, actually. Hey Blizzard, if you're watching these videos, there's an idea for you to add in a research option at the Twilight Council for high jump.
Correct.
On Zealots, so they can hit air.
I mean, Zealots look like gym boys. They look like they can do pretty good jumps in my opinion.
Have you seen their legs? They're like lightning bolt shaped. They could definitely
get a bit of spring, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be the day. As long as they don't make tanks to fire at air, because that will be the end of us, I think.
Yeah, I know. But Terran doesn't need any more buffs.
No, not at all. So here I'm just warping in some stalkers and just trying to keep the pressure on them, because the last thing I want at this point is them getting overconfident and dropping medivacs all over the show and getting lucky.
Yeah, definitely. I just tried to take out a bunch of SCVs. I think I was successful, was I?
Well, they had to run their SCVs away, so that's
I took out the command center. Look at that.
Command center KO. Nice, bringing in his next one, because that's what they can do. They can fly.
Absolute garbage.
But at this point, I just want to build up a bank of units here, so that if I do see a medivac drop, and I know that they are just focused on taking out our minerals, I'm just going to run these units into their base.
Mm-hmm.
Speak of the devils.
Yep, there we go. And medivacs even have, what's it called? Afterburners. So they can even outrun all your air units. So Terrans have so many unfair advantages. It's rubbish, honestly.
You know what I love? I love a Void Ray with its speed upgrade done, Flux Veins done. You chase after the medivac, he uses his afterburners, he runs out of energy, and you just catch him. And you just destroy him.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think he was just dropping his marines to have a piss break over there. I'm not sure what was going on.
He did find my expansion. Don't know what he's going to do. And he's not going to attack it.
He's going to fly right past it.
Terrans are not very intelligent, apparently.
It even says here, danger. Here come the boys. Oh! Ooh.
It's dangerous for the Marines. That's why I like the little symbols there. Not for me.
There goes one whole medivac. Disappeared. All the Marines inside it dead too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how many is it? How many Marines does a medivac carry?
That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow, it's like 350 minerals. It's nearly an entire nexus.
So at this point I just decided to recall some stalkers that were left over, just because I could. But he definitely had a bigger army than me, Don Johnson, and he was backed up by Nim. So at this point I know, okay, they got a lot of bio units, they're going to go for one last final push. It's time to gather our forces.
Yeah, and what are you going to make for bio units? Charged lots.
Charge lots. And carriers, of course.
Look at that, look, Widow Mines. Are Widow Mines not the most annoying unit in this game?
In fact, yes, they are. I would say tied with medivacs.
Tired of medivacs. And Maria. Actually, all Terran units.
They're all
I just
annoying.
hate them.
They're all very annoying. So here they come to take out his base. And he's got his carriers coming in here. That's a whole lot of carriers. That's 7 carriers. So they pull back from the 7 carriers. They've taken out the Nexus.
Oh, but look at those charge lots go. Marines ain't got shit on them. It was those tanks that took them out.
The tanks took them out. The tanks are sieged up quite nicely here. Or just one tank that left.
One tank left, yeah.
And we are giving a little bit of back and forth at the moment. This is where our 40 APM is really starting to show.
Look at the probes cowering in the corner.
Shh, don't tell them.
Oh. They were hiding in the closet. But I had another base that I just ran into, so it was all fine.
Hey, saturated once more.
Oh,
So at this point I have 2 carriers coming out, because I have realized that I'm not going to waste too many minerals on a ground army when I have the carriers coming out.
mm-hmm. But I mean, look at the Terran's economy. Look at them. They have more bases than us. But I mean, when you have a full armada of fully upgraded carriers.
Correct.
That
And they're only
doesn't
starting to saturate their 3rd bases now. Ours are saturated. You can see that. Mine's a bit oversaturated actually. They've just started, yeah, he's getting his 3rd base saturated, just started a 4th base now, so we're definitely ahead of them economically. Never underestimate a good economy, guys.
No, absolutely.
So now he is getting these liberators to shoot at the ground.
America!
Fuck yeah. So now he's getting these liberators to shoot at the ground. However, at this point, I've transitioned away from ground and I've got my carriers coming
Oh,
out.
looks like you're getting a bit of Bit of harass there from Medivacs.
Medivacs, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
look at them. Medivacs just suck. All Terran
Absolutely.
units suck.
Oh, ooh, 47.
Yikes. He escaped by the skin
Oh no,
of his teeth.
22 HP left.
How much damage does one interceptor shot do?
One interceptor shot.
I have no idea.
Let us know in the comments, how much damage does an interceptor shot do?
Yeah, that would be nice to know.
Got some cannons going up here, and here they come with some liberators. At this point, I think they were even feeling a little bit cocky. I think maybe they thought they had the game and they might toy with us, because they did seem to be taking it rather laid back at this point.
I guess so. Or, I mean, you know, like Americans, no matter what the situation is, they always just want to come in there and steal your oil. So that's probably what the liberators were sent for.
Correct.
Came to liberate.
I did not F2 click. I purposefully bought the zealots there to steal shots away from the probes. Promise was totally not an F2 click.
Definitely.
He's going down.
Oh, looks like my simulator got a bit of heat there.
Yeah. And they're just keeping their armies bunched up on the ramp here. Even got some Thors in the works.
This was actually a little bit of a tough game, eh?
It was a tough game. I think our APM combined over about the full 20 minutes of the game is equal to their APM per 1 minute.
Yeah, probably. That's such realistic.
Look at these cheeky widow mines.
Absolute rubbish.
Kind of ironic that it says caution by the widow mines.
That's another advantage of carriers though, because if you shoot interceptors out, then the widow mines target the interceptors rather than the carrier.
And interceptors rebuild.
Yeah. As long as you got the minerals.
Correct.
Which, I don't know, late game, I always find I've got plenty of minerals, plenty of supply, no problem.
Yeah.
The thing that always is limiting is Vespene gas.
Vespene is always an issue. I'm actually got quite a...
Ooh, did you see that Immortal?
Yeah,
That
he
Immortal
took one for the
stood
team.
But that Immortal stood up to about, what was that, 20 Marines?
Easily.
And 7 Widow Mines? That's what Immortal did.
They call Immortals for a reason. Yeah.
And he didn't die, he just became a Force Ghost.
So at this point, I'm just chrono boosting ground upgrades, air upgrades, getting my carriers out, and engagement begins. I pull back. I know that they are bringing in both their armies. I'm waiting for Soviark to come and join me in this battle. I would rather lose the Nexus than lose my whole army.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, we've got so many minerals. The Nexus is only 400.
Correct.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Absolute slaughter at this point.
The Vikings. What do you think Vikings are going to do?
Vikings are the human version of the more intelligent design called the Void Ray.
Yes, absolutely. The only reason I pulled back there was just to let some interceptors build up. I did take out their entire army, so...
I think they could have had their... at least one of their Thor's cannons changed so that they could do a bit of area of effect damage, seeing as they're letting them fire at the interceptors rather than targeting the carriers themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
But at this point, there's just such an overwhelming amount of carriers that these slow-moving Thors are just done for.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I mean, look at that. I mean, if you're at this point in the game and you see that many carriers coming towards you, you can scan, yeah, check us out, get scared, but what are you going to do?
That is a whole lot of carriers.
There's nothing you can do.
Why are you running? Yeah, bring 31 SCVs to mine That's totally a logical thing.
They're all
to
gonna
do.
get wiped out anyway. We're gonna pull a fucking Pearl Harbor on this base.
That is the real swarm. Zerg players, you have nothing on that swarm right there.
Absolutely.
This is the definition of a swarm. As you can see here, they rebuilt Marines because even though they didn't work the first time, they are Terran and they don't learn their lessons. Here goes some SCVs. I don't know what they're doing on this side of the map. But
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
One SCV remains. Look at that guy.
and he's carrying 5 minerals. What a
He's
legend.
carrying an entire 5 minerals.
What a legend. But at this point, their armies are getting obliterated.
Yep.
Their Marines, their Vikings are just absolutely getting
I
destroyed.
was running out of interceptors a little bit. But, I mean, when you got that many carriers, they'll pull through.
Correct. And that was it.
Yeah, that was it. So, a bit of a tough game, but
A close game in a lot of situations, but that is the game that got us into the island.
that is the game. After that, we clicked the score screen and we saw
The animation,
happen, yeah.
that was it. So, cheers. We hope that you're going to enjoy our official start of our Diamond series as Protoss.
Yeah.
And before you know it, we'll be in Masters, so stay tuned.
Have you seen that meme where it's the chick whispering in Dexter's ear? You know Dexter's laboratory?
Yes.
And the chick whispering in Dexter, or it's the chick saying, say it again, in your South African accent. And Dexter's like, Shongolo.